little strawberry juice. Strawberry juice with lemon right there. Hold on, bear with me 1 second here. See, I got too much technology. I got so much technology. You know, I'm Amish. Oh yeah, let me get the let me get into the comments here so I can see who. Get into the comments here so I can see. Okay. Get into the comments here so I can see. Here we go. Okay. Into the comments here, we got Self-Our Bill, $7.93. West Coast Wise. Yeah, you know, yeah, because 793, you right about that. The 793 is already caught up. He's already caught up early. You know what I'm saying? You got a response right there from 793 in real time. Savior. Yeah, he did come on a while back. Free sight for a lot. Yeah, West Coast. Is your little strawberry juice with lemon. We still got echo. Like I said, I got to figure all this technology out. Anyway, audio. I'm not. Hold on. Let me see some. See, I got. What's the name? I got it. You know, I think it is. Gold mines of science. See, I think I got to. I got to get the Bobby Browns. It's King Math J. Which new whip? Can I get my trying to fix the screen? Okay, I think. Let's see what happens. Right down on new bike. See what happens if we do this. Oh yeah, this dude, man, listen, it is though. It's the sciences that people want to be a part of this is getting crazy and crazy. Phil G. But yeah, that was a wild one yesterday. It was because who's the other brother? It was brother that said you got Phil G. Speaking of that, did you see the video yesterday, Phil G? Oh yeah, the service. Yeah, I made it over there and to be there at 9 o'clock. You know what I'm saying? But actually it was kind of bugged because his generation of the family, they older now. So, they can't really, all of them is, down south. So I was actually the only person from that side of the family, at least that I knew. Yeah, that was the bugged out thing to me and shit, But it was that, and then they did have it wild early in the morning, and then it was only 1 hour. They had the viewing was 1 hour and hour, so it's like done. Everybody got to get their insulin and they blood pressure pills and all of that. So that's one thing. But yeah, a lot of the younger people too, like that. I would have thought. But see what it is too is me and him is the same way like that. We in New York, so a lot of people down here really don't know us like that. You know what I'm saying? They know me, but that's different. Uh, but no, Phil, what happened? There was a brother that came in, right? And he said that 1 plus 1 is 3. And he said that people around his way will understand, and he's from Chicago. So we've been waiting on you. We've been waiting on you to come and you know, translate that for us. Translate that for us into some language that everybody else in the country can understand. You know, also don't forget we want to build with emblem. Is Eddie Griffin from Chicago? Is that the reason why Johnny from Chicago can't read? You know, this is what he said. He said, you know, you gotta be from Chicago to understand. So I figured I asked somebody from Chicago. He said he was a part of the troll patrol. I didn't know what it was. I didn't know what he was doing. You know, he had a few. See, that's the thing. See, that's the thing. Everybody, you know, when you just constantly out there and you know, you get see, you gotta know how to speak this, right? You know how to you gotta know how to translate this into regular English. You see, like the brother yesterday, right? That was talking, uh, the brother with Coleman, right? Andre Coleman, right? See, is little like as he was talking, right? It didn't make no sense to us, right? Imagine, imagine somebody who don't have the knowledge. Like when he's saying, "Yeah, knowledge, wisdom, born, stand, understand everybody." Blah, 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 blah. See, see, we could at least make out that part. We could at least make out that part. But you know, with this brother, you know, he tried to explain it. I thought maybe you could explain it better. But does anybody, King Math, you haven't gotten a chance to speak to uh people try to impress it for sure. You know, with some people see first things first, last things last. So, you know, a lot of all this outer space stuff, we want to talk the emblem. Uh yeah, I mean, look, you can't really put the knowledge, you can't put the knowledge, on top of uh you can't put the knowledge on top of mental instability. Mental instability, and you throw the knowledge, the mental instability, that's what it is, right? A person ideas is all over the place, and then you just put some other ideas in. Nah, you said emblem is who gave Pimp and Sally. You said emblem is who gave Pimp and Sally the knowledge, right? So that's what's happening. I mean, a lot of times, look, like I said, the knowledge is that way, right? Where whatever it is, like, look, here's the raw material, right? Like, look, I'm giving you a map, right? And I'm showing you where iron ore is, right? I'm showing you the instructions how to make glass from sand, right? I'm showing you, but see, you have to build the car. This is not religion where heaven is ready made for you here, right? How much ever virgins you got there or whatever, you got the exact number on that. See over here, the number is the number that you establish, whatever it is, right? Because I don't know. Look, in your heaven, right? I was thinking about that today, right? The worst ice cream of all time is Neapolitan. I don't know if you ever had Neapolitan. Neapolitan is where they got one strip of chocolate, one strip of vanilla, and one strip of strawberry. For some reason, uh, when I was a kid, that was at every single party. Anybody have a birthday party, anything like that, they always got Neapolitan, right? But see, in your heaven, in your heaven, it might be an unlimited supply, right? It might be an unlimited supply of Neapolitan. Smells good. No, I need to ask him a question. You see what I'm saying? See, like right here, I'm loving the strawberry juice. The strawberry juice with lemon. You might not like this. Unlimited supply. People put pretzels in ice cream. Now look, that is something that recently, look, perfect example. Now, what I've noticed is that they put candy in ice cream now. And for me, that's a no-go. Like, that's too sweet. But the new flavors that I see, and I'm like, I'm not eating this. But apparently, right, they wouldn't be making it unless there's people out there that in they heaven, there's an unlimited supply of that. That's that's small, but it applies, man, all the way. See, in your heaven, right? In your heaven, you might be a pilot. You might be a mountain climber. But see, me, I don't like heights. I could ride in a plane, but I'm not climbing no mountain. If I was born in the mountains, then I'd be there. So that's telling you I wasn't meant to be in the mountain. New York is right here, sea level. See, right? You said if they're a pilot, that might be my hell. That's what I'm saying. Those is slight examples. But see, like on my plate, right? On my plate, I like the vegetables. I like the vegetables on top of the rice. And see, I don't know. See, like West Coast right here, right? I don't know. See, now West Coast, his earth bring him, his earth bring him his plate with his vegetables on top of the rice. That might be drama for a week. The music you got playing in the background, all of these is the things that you got to build at. And so I'm just saying all that to say, right, that, if you got somebody, right, that's already struggling with their mental, emotional stability, right? Uh, they might not be they might not be equipped, right, to build their own heaven. Like, even if you're gonna give them the knowledge, right, you gotta be responsible for it. See, because they don't have the ability, right, to stand on the square, right, to be the male in a responsible position. But you see, because we got the live today, vegan salad, Salisbury steak and gravy on the mashed potatoes. You're right. I see on mashed potatoes. You're right. I like everything on top of the mashed potatoes. Because I like the way that the food all comes together. You know what I'm saying? Where how while you've been in the cooking industry where you got the flavors, your sweet and your savory. I like when they blend together just right. So yeah, I like my. Here we go, Andre Coleman. So hold on. Let's get a round of applause there for Andre Coleman. Now look, Andre Coleman. We had a little. Look, you didn't get voted in. You didn't get voted in to be the co-host, unfortunately. Luke Cage, Master, welcome to the channel. So I don't know if you want to have a recount. You want to have what they call that, like a runoff election. But yesterday you lost with 0% of the vote. So as of right now, I'm gonna just hold down the hosting duties. All right. But you let me know if you wanna make another run at it. You look at Trump. Trump, look. Remember when Boston came back against the Yankees? Boston was down 3-0, and then they came back and won the World Series against the Yankees. Trump, listen, there's no comeback that Trump can't compete with. Listen, he's the greatest of all time. In January 2024, he was going to jail. They was just talking about how long you gonna get in this case? How long you gonna get in that case? And in January 2025, you about to walk into the White House. I mean, you got to go through the annals of time to see it come back like that. So Andre Coleman said, I never wanted to be co-host. I'm not getting paid. See, I thought we was 5%, Andre Coleman. You're supposed to be the co-host because we teaching. You see how you people do. Yeah, that's something you gotta write a book. You gotta write a book. But today's live, right? Knowing your roots, right? Was we got this one from Asukeli Bandeli. Also from Chicago. Speaking of that, Asukeli Bandeli, when you come past this right here, right? We had a guest on yesterday, a commenter, and he said that 1 + 1 is 3. And he was from Chicago, and he said that if you from around his way, you would understand. So could you break that down, right? Could you break that down in a way that everybody in the other 196,935,000 square miles can understand. You know, we just looking for a little clap. But let's get to let's get here to so he asked the question first, right? Have you ever known anyone with the knowledge without an enlightener? And how important is that? Right? You know, what is the idea of an enlightener or educator and its relevance to the study of our core curriculum, etc.? Also, can we deal with tracing one's root to the root via this tree or that tree? So, you know, the first thing, I'm glad that he put that where he put, you know, enlightener or educator. Because reality, enlightener is the song. You know, at one time, you know, in order to distinguish ideas, right? Education was what you get when you go to, uh, you know, school, when you go to uh, New York City public schools, Catholic schools, you know, college, you get educated, right? But, you know, regardless of what it is that you educated in, you got to be enlightened, right? To who you are and what's your ability to uh, use that education. You know what I'm saying? So to make that distinction, that you know what we was learning and what we was teaching was, you know, we was being enlightened, you know, and not just educated. Uh, that term kind of developed. You know, that the person who's teaching you is your enlightenment. But that's another one of those terms that, you know, it just kind of came about. But the enlightener, yes, is officially, that's the song. Now, when it comes to people having the knowledge without a teacher, right? I really just don't see how that's possible. Now, there's people who, you know, they get the knowledge from the neighborhood. Like if you in a neighborhood where you know there's lots of guys, you know what I'm saying? So see, you might have got the math from this brother, but then you might have got the 1 in 10 from that brother, and that brother over there might have taught you the 1 in 36 word of mouth. You know, when you know when the ciphers is happening and the you know the older brothers is building, you there. You see what I'm saying? So you being taught by that community, but with this right here, I mean, look, this is WWF, man. Not because we playing, not because it's fake, because you got to be tagged in, bro. You don't just jump in the ring. This is a mathematical science. It's not a philosophical science. You see what I'm saying? Like this is a hard science. So, like, how would a person learn calculus without a teacher? Nobody introduced you whatsoever to the concept, right, of arithmetic. And we talking about in one lifetime. We're not talking about, okay, you figure out that 1 + 1 is 2. And then, during the course of your lifetime, you realize that 2 times 2 is 4, right? And then, some other people build on. Now I'm talking about you just pop out one day knowing the whole of calculus without ever being introduced to math. Could brothers you met through the community of hip hop be considered the neighborhood? What do you mean? He said, I'm most likely more educated than you. I have a Bachelor of Science, Associate of Science, certified welder, amongst other things. That's a wild mix. That's a wild mix of so you got a Bachelor, right, of Science. What science? Yeah, I don't know if I ever heard of an Associates of Science. But when you say people that I met through the community of hip hop, what do you mean, like in terms of hip hop being your introduction? So you being introduced and you hearing about the knowledge, right, is different from having the knowledge. See, it's like I said, right? You know, this knowledge is like, look, I tell you what the raw materials is, right? I tell you what the processes is, how we process all these materials and build a car, right? Now, look, there's a lot of people, right, that they know a lot about that car. Like they see it in magazines. They know how powerful the engine is. They know what rims it come with, but they can't build a car. So I met S. Reeves through hip hop. He put me on first. Then I met Isaac Mine. He added on. Yes, that's what I'm saying. Look, God is everywhere. They got that degree where they say, it's God in the high society in all levels, right? So, if you at a hip hop party or you whatever, you make beats and you run into God through that way, right? Then that's just the way that you met God, right? And at that point, he planted seeds, right, that might develop into you getting the knowledge. But I'm saying somebody coming right here, right, and saying, I'm saying, look, I don't know how you get to say peace. My name is Darkim Be AllahChrist. And ain't nobody taught you. Like, I don't know, and I'm, just saying that it could be personal bias, right? But I'm saying there's other people too that I'm saying like, nah, I don't know how you get to that without having some shoulders that you standing on. So what was because we went deep and then I lost track of the questions here. So dealing with how important is it? Like I said, you know, I think it's ultimately important because it's the nature of the knowledge. You know what I'm saying? That it's not like, yeah, we say it's the knowledge, right? But it's not something that you can memorize. See, that's why when people ask me for literature, I send them to the mosque. Because that's what you're looking for. This is not something that you can memorize. That's what people think. Because they're exposed to people that just be speaking it, right? But they don't really be living it. You know what I'm saying? Like you said, somebody in the hip hop community, their rhymes could be all like this. You know what I mean? That's with everything, right? We got people that rhyme about having all this money. We talk people that rhyme about being all gangster. So, that's the real difference. It's like, okay, is this stuff that you're saying on the record, right? Is this showing up and apparent in any other aspect of your life? Like, do only the gods call you by your righteous name? See, even in school, the teachers call me by my righteous name. And look, that's a little bit, you know, you don't want to rock the boat, you know what I'm saying, just trying to prove nothing to me. I'm just saying that that's how much it was in every aspect where there ain't no people that you that know me that you go around and ask for me, they don't know. If it is, they haven't been seeing me. So that's how I got it more or less, is having an educator the proper way to get it. Yeah, because see, you gotta remember, this is a nation, right, with all the bells and whistles. You know what I'm saying? Meaning we got our own origin story. Like the degree tells you, right, that it's on this poor part of the planet Earth. But see, Paul Revere and the British are coming, right, is not the history of this nation. It's a history of the greatest society that we are part of, right, that we were in, right? The greatest society that we were in, we know that, yeah, but that's not our history. How do you learn that without contact with us? You can look at the paper and they'll tell you about somebody named Clarence that is Muslim. I don't know what that's about. How do you learn? How do you learn that? No, see, in this culture, we don't refer to me as Darkim Be Allah and him as Clarence because that's asinine. How could somebody, you met somebody that ate a ham sandwich last week and asked God to help them out of a situation they caused themselves, right? And then you write down the math. You give them the math with your understanding or somebody else understanding that somebody gave you. And now he's Allah, but the founder is Clarence. See, this is what I'm saying. This is the types of things though, if you're just trying to read and memorize. See, you try to research without no, like I'm talking about even when you're dealing with the historical method, right? That's a part of it, right? Like when you have an account, right? Like if I write right now an account of the Crusades, at the end of that book, I gotta have footnotes about what it is that I study. How did who wrote this book? Where's the information? Where's the archaeological primary thing? Where's the person, person, the first person account of this event or this person being in this place or that time, right? If you writing about it like that happened last night, and then somebody wrote a letter to somebody, right, saying, "Yo, what's how this happened last night." See, that's different than you come 1,000 years later and make a YouTube video, which goes into the next point, right? The next question that he asks about of knowing your roots. I mean, look, here's one of the most important things too about having a teacher, right? Is that see, light comes from like, you know, lions come from lions, bears come from bears, sharks come from sharks. The best come from the best. See, when you already growing off of the science of the best, right? Kyle Miller, right? When you growing off of the science of the best, you look at the head start that you already got. See, if you were good, see, we could talk about the teacher, but if you were a good learner, right? If you a good learner, right, then there's a whole bunch of stuff you ain't gonna have to go through. So that's a some of this, we can go into a whole bunch of complicated stuff, but it's really not that complicated. Like, see, look, even a lot of times you will hear people say that, yo, people ain't teaching, or new people is not learning this or they're not learning that. See, it depends on who you get the knowledge from, though. See, like you over there getting the knowledge on the sideline, right? You over there getting the knowledge on the sideline, you getting the sideline knowledge. You're not gonna get, see, there's a difference, right? From you read the story, like you ever been in a conversation like this? Type one in the box if you ever been in a conversation like this, right? Where you building with somebody, right? You building with somebody about some event in 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 our history, right? And then look, somebody is just sitting right there. They was doing their thing, but once they hear you tell me, like, yeah, it was cold as shit that day too. You see what I'm saying? Did you catch that? Did you catch the meaning? Did you catch that? How many people caught that? Said sideline knowledge got warned me about that back in the days. Those all up on the computers acting like they know because they read something. Yeah. No, it's not that he co-signed. See what happened, right? Is I was speaking about the history, but that person was there. You didn't catch that, did you? See, in order for him to know that it was cold that day, see, was that in the lesson? Was that in the internet shit that you read? See, now we can get we could get how do you say on the news the rest of the story. See, that's the point of when the because see history could be lost. Like that was one of the other questions he asked in terms of tracing your history back to the root. A lot of people over time, like the Greeks at one time lost their history. Like a lot of all this Greek stuff, like the Olympics and all of that. The Olympics wasn't constant from the time of Greece. The first modern Olympics was in 1896. See, they really got their history back from all the people that had recorded what the Greeks was doing. So what happens when that happens is, of course, you're gonna lose a lot of things. You see, when you got a continuous history, and so you got to do it the way we do it, with the discipline that we do it with, right? Because look, it's a continuous history, but be aware that it could turn into telephone. See, that's why, this is a mathematical science. It's not a philosophical science. See, somebody who got they math right, and how they be like, if a person, came, if a person from that was alive in the American Revolution, right, you know, if they was here today, would they recognize this America? Would they feel like, yeah, this is what, I risked my life for, TikTok and shit. You know what I'm saying? You know, we got people here from day one, right? And when they hear somebody build that got the knowledge yesterday, it's supposed to be one and the same. A lot of people, they don't want to accept that you playing philosophical stuff, right? That's resulting in the same game of telephone, but culturally. So, I mean, those is the basic without even getting into, you know, we got to go into outer space in terms of, what's important about, uh, you know, having a teacher and being a good learner. You know what I'm saying? Uh, and it's why, anybody that starts suggesting, right, that, uh, you just got this from nowhere. Like this is just a revelation, that popped to you. So you still talking that same mystery guy stuff. He said that's why I tell the people that NOI stick to the teachers of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. Now look, everybody in the NOI duck right now. I'm about to send a shot. Farrakhan got to stick to the teachers of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad himself before before he tell the people of the NOI to do it. Stick to the teachings of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. You got to study their lessons. Some people don't want to say someone schooled them, taught them, put them on. See, that person can't be this. Because see, it's their emotions that cause them to deal with illusion. And see, not for nothing, right? You're going to see that. You're going to see that you're going to tend to have that problem with people that's getting the knowledge older. You know what I'm saying? See, what about that part too? You know what I'm saying? Like, when at least in my time, that was something. It was like, look, you gotta teach the people that's younger than you. Don't be trying to teach people that's older than you. We really, if you was over 17, you really wasn't like 17, you was like a older dude, like, yo, you better really pay attention because you late to the party. You know what I'm saying? See, all of that, that's why I say a lot of things, people, you get upset, right? Bed bug 120, right? People get upset, right? If you 27 and I start talking about, how you shouldn't be teaching people old and shit, then you feel upset. But that is the practical reason behind that. Is that right? These people all of a sudden, right now, you feel like, you don't want to tell people that you learning this from a person. But see, it's different, right? When you a kid, you a little kid, and the persons that you learn from is older than you. Now this is almost, it's the opposite thing. Like, yeah, see, I'm doing my thing because I roll with the big G's, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, see how the way I come off is because, yeah, I rock with you know what I'm saying? See, it's a different impact then. See, when a person makes changes in their life, right? See, I heard True Islam say that's what Farrakhan told him to do when he passes away. He told what he told who's True Islam? He talking about Wesley? But yeah, that's what that all of that yeah, that goes into it, man. Where once a person reaches that point, they really ain't no they not they not teaching material. Once a person really reaches that level, right? They they far gone, right? And see, here's the thing, right? The truth is the truth, right? There's nothing you can do about it, right? But see, some people will learn the easy way, and some people learn the hard way. Some people can take advice. Some people need examples. Some people need to be made an example. And see, once a person get to the level where it's like, yeah, see, because this is the thing, right? With the knowledge, you make a lot of changes in your life. So now, once a person is grown and they set in their ways, then yeah, now it's like, yo, what you making that change for? Because he told you to do it. But yeah, that's a bad idea. But I mean, it's the reality of the situation, right? But yeah, you made a good point right there. Put like this: understand, right? If that's your endeavor, right? Understand that that's something that you might have to deal with when teaching people that's older. Various people, You got different things. You know what I'm saying? You teach your younger people, you got attention spans. You got young people always think it can't happen. They think they can get away with shit all the time. You see what I mean? So, you tell them the right thing, and they going like this while you right there. But they gonna try it. That's something that you're dealing with, right? That's that, a lot had to deal with that. But yeah, we got anybody got any questions on that topic right there? Cause see, we're gonna move right along tonight. I ain't even look at this thing. I ain't look at this thing until this morning to realize we was on like 5 hours last night or something. Maybe more than that. See now let's y'all got me feeling like Andre Coleman. I don't get paid. What's happening right there? He sent me some Bitcoin. What's funny though, because I don't know if I brought this up in all the other times that we talking about Bitcoin. Yeah, I remember when Bitcoin was like $10, maybe less than that. Because I first came on the internet and started selling stuff in like 19. It was like late '98, early 1999, something like that. So uh, uh, I was one, people was like offering, to exchange stuff for me for Bitcoin, but I didn't know what the hell that shit was. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, it was like less than $10 or something when I first heard of Bitcoin. So if I send you some Bitcoin, I should never have to make another donation in life. That depends on how the stocks. It depends on how the stocks roll, how the how the how the market. If the market triples from right here, you sent me an email. Which one? Which email you sent it to? You said, "What is the meaning of the 2 million Indians?" What do you mean? What is the meaning of the 2 million Indians? I think the question is a little bit too vague. Like it means 2 million, 2 million of the people and descendants of people that was already in North America. All right, I'll check it, Phil G. You said they don't call themselves black. Okay, now, because we're in a modern world where, some things have changed, some ideas have been reconceptualized and some words have been redefined, right? So when you say they, right, who specifically are you talking about, right? And when you say black, right, are you talking about the three seeds of black, or are you talking about the American socio-political designation black? Because things have gotten murky. It's not you. It's me. I watch, you know, I'll be watching this stuff on YouTube, right? And it's also, see, we talking about teachers. See, the brother that taught me, he'd do that. He asks you questions. Sometimes I got to check just in case there's some kind of trick question. So, never do the knowledge. That was one thing, you know what I mean? Don't be so quick to answer that you didn't really do the knowledge to what I said. See, like it'd be brothers that be saying that. See, that's what I'm saying. You wouldn't. It said, look, sometimes Allah will ask people, what's today's date? It's God. Now I ask you today's supreme mathematics. I ask you today's date. So, that's why I ask clarifying questions a lot of times. So how do you end student enrollment? Who's the original man? 2 million Indians come later in the bill. All right, you gotta fix the typos here for me. But see, this is what I'm saying. See, now you break it up. See, that's what I knew it had something to do with that. Now look, when you fix the typos here, then I could tell you this. If this is something, if this is something that is even in our, you know, kind of field of, in our wheelhouse, I feel this is where we operate. You know what I'm saying? It's some places where, that's a part of reality, right? It's not that we ignore it, but it's like, yeah, we don't do that. You know what I'm saying? Because that conversation, you talking about another part of the conversation, right? Right, where they've gotten emotional, you know what I'm saying, and started doing things that, and saying things, and it's. But give me that question back with the typos fixed. And you know, one thing I hate, he says Zulu Nation. Okay, this is what I'm saying. Those are two different questions, right? See, the question about the origin of hip hop, right? And this other, 2 million Indians, those are two different things. So you're saying the gods and the foundational fathers founded hip hop. You said, are the civilized people that's referred to in the 16th degree and the 140, the 5% or the human family? Are the civilized people that's referred to in the 6th degree and 140, the 5% or the human family? I mean, well, this is the first thing that's sticking me about this question, right? So I'm asking you, are you saying that the 5% is not included in the human families? So you're saying the 5% is not included in the human families? I'm trying to make the distinction correctly of the otherwise known as. Yeah, but I see. Yeah, but see, the human families don't separate by 5%. You know what I mean? You know, those are human families right there. 5%, 10%, 85%. You know what I'm saying? You know, the distinction, the distinction that I make, right? How about this distinction, right? What what more, what more do you hear about Muslims and Muslim sons after that degree? But you got other degrees before that, right? His own self is a righteous Muslim, right? Why does Muhammad make the that was studied from 35 to 50 years before he can call himself a Muslim son? You hear about them all during that, right? How much do you hear about them after the 17th degree? All right, time's up. Somebody give us an answer. Surely, surely, where's divine understanding? Somebody, somebody go over to Amazon. Somebody go over to Amazon right now, buy a copy of 120, read all the degrees, read all the degrees after 17, right? So what did you say here? You saying you saying that Muslim and Muslim science is 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 uh is mentioned 39 times, or you saying is mentioned in the 39th degree? See, I like four corners. Everything's really real. Hey, four corners, where you from? Welcome to the channel. Now, I always said that look, I'm glad, one of the greatest, the greatest thing, besides life itself, right, is getting the knowledge of self, right, and realizing what life itself actually is. But if I was from Chicago and I was in the gang world, I would have been a four corner hustler. I just like that. I like that. But that's my point. That's the distinction. That's the distinction that I've seen. Right? Are you from Georgia? All right. Peace. That distinction is throughout the lessons, though. Like, you see, different qualifying points where it's like, okay, after that, then it changes. Like, you notice that you stop hearing Caucasian. You got that one last time, the colored man or the Caucasian man. See, when it's they letting you know that this is who we talking about. See, certain degrees where they talking in particular about his behavior. If they talking about his behavior, he's the devil. So, my distinction is that, the civilized people is the people who go on, right, to know who and what the devil is, what and how the devil is made, and have the responsibility of taking him off the planet. Uh, See, when it say otherwise known as, right? it tells you right there, it's kind of qualifying, right? You know, when it says who is the 5% on this part of the planet Earth, right? So it's right here, right? But it's also right now. So when it's saying otherwise known as, it's saying in other times and places, right? These principles have been manifested to varying degrees, right? You know, before we show up on the set, right? You got to go to the Muslims to get the knowledge. Before they show up, you got to go to the Masons to get any kind of knowledge. So in their time, right, in that place, right, they was the ones who you could put in that description. They was the ones that you could put in that description and say, okay, who's the people who do not believe in the teachings of the 10%, right? Who's all wise and righteous and know who to, you see what I'm saying? But once we show up on the set, right, then that degree that you do, like, see, when Elijah Muhammad show up, right, what the Masons is doing, you're not teaching no more. Like, it really don't make no sense. That's like me having a secret that I'm black. Like, that could exist, right? Like, say if this was a different type of channel, right, where I just had some avatar up, right? And I had like you know, some type of effect on my voice or something, right? Where you then that might could be a secret. But once the reality is out and revealed right here, right now, then I would be ridiculous. Like if I walked up to you right now and say, look, right now I'm on the low and shit, don't tell these people I'm black. I'm just saying, look, for real, I'm asking. If I came up to you right one day and said, look, don't say nothing around these people right here. They don't know I'm black. What would you say to me? That's a real question. What would you say to me if I came up to you and said that? So Andre Coleman said, it's your prerogative. That's pretty wild. Yeah, Phil G, that's what I'm saying. But that was seen fairly ridiculous there, right? I'm just saying, like, look, I'm sure most people, you ain't even light skinned. Like, you can at least, you know, like I'm saying, look, because if somebody did that to me, right? If somebody in my complexion did that to me, I would put them in the category, right, with uh you know those communities that we can't really talk about. You know those communities that we can't really talk about, but where people identify themselves by what they imagine themselves to be. That's in that that's in that that's in that category. Uh, oh, that's what I figured out. Let me try to plug back in over here too. You know, it's a situation like that going on right now in New York. Anybody heard about that? Where I didn't research too heavily into the story, but uh, apparently a gentleman, a postal worker, he was in the store, and some type of whatever altercation took place, he got stabbed, he passed away. You know what I mean? So that part is all bad. What this is New York City. You know what I mean? Chicago, Miami, LA, other big cities, that don't usually make the news. You know what I'm saying? Uh what caused it to really hit the waves, right? Is I wasn't there. I don't know who did what, right? But there's people that are having an issue with the description of the assailant as a woman. How long we been on here too? I got to monitor y'all now. Gotta watch you people. That's tomorrow. I got she can't she self out built. That's that West Indian even. We can't use that kind we can't use that kind of language. We can't use that kind of language, right? $75 bill, you from Jamaica? Do I have any worries for the state of the nation in the future? Well, I'm kind of worried about some of the people that y'all let be around y'all. You know, that your family is from Jamaica. Now, because the reason I asked you, right, is because yeah, I never looked at it like that in particular. But they said the reason why Jamaicans have a particular disdain, right, is because uh, they was doing, in particular, a lot of buck breaking in the slavery times in Jamaica. And so that's why they got a particular disdain, for we can't that which shall remain nameless. Did you? I'm asking you. Uh, do you know? Like? Is that? I mean, I don't understand how this hip hop question gets so big. Look, the founders have spoken. I mean, you want me to tell you what the founders have said? Because I can't really, I was a little kid, but the people who you know, even before the records, they've spoken. You said New York changed for the better as far as the city or as far as uh, the guys. I mean, the the older brothers, the founders, said that black people started. At this, because see, we still within the time. We alert. Whoever else did it, right? Speak now, forever hold your peace. That's the bottom line. But from Cool Herb to Flash to Ruby D and Whip. Like you also have to debunk those Puerto Ricans who's saying that, nah, I was the, when I came on the set, when I came on to do it, no, wasn't nobody else doing it. You know what I'm saying? And even with that, a lot of stuff is like even see some stuff is because people are so sensitive about it, you gotta be exact. So like if you say Jamaicans started hip hop, right? First of all, who besides Kool Herc is you talking about? And Kool Herc is not the founder. See, and one thing I remember, and I don't know if this exists amongst any other group of people. I haven't seen it exist, right? I haven't seen it exist. But see, black boys have a culture of merit where, you know, you could be from wherever, right? But once you learn how to snap, you might get in a couple fights, but after that, you good with us. Even, you know, if you do something that was good, like you play ball or you know what I'm saying? Because we forget totally. I knew a couple of white boys like that. Where you didn't really see them wandering all around, but around they block where they was at, they was nice at basketball, and nobody, if you say something to them, everybody in the park is getting ready to get on you. So, people coming out missing, like I said, we don't know who they be. But one of the things I think that's at the heart of it is like, yeah, we all together, but what are we doing? We're not practicing Jamaican culture. When we're doing hip hop, we're not practicing. You know what I'm saying? Hold on, I missed one of the comments here. I mean, said Jamaica had DJing, which is very similar to rapping. Simultaneously, original people had art forms to express themselves, and it masked as cultures intertwined in New York. See, let me tell you something, man. A lot of all that intertwined shit, people is fucking capping. A lot of what people is talking about, that happened in the early mid 90s. Or let's say that, right? In my anecdotal experience, and what I was seeing, when I hear other people talk about the situation, Like what I'm saying is this, right? That even in American, see, hip hop is one of the things that did that. I do agree with that, but not in the way that y'all saying. See, if you looked at a video in 1993, right? If you looked at a video in 1993 with the sound off, you could tell exactly where that person was from. By the cars that they had, by the clothes that they wore, by the jewelry that they had, by their haircuts. But as hip hop came along, you can't really tell. Somebody could be from LA, they could be from Chicago, they could be from Atlanta, they could be from New Jersey, and they all got the same style. That's something that happened. But I remember when, listen, you could tell the Jamaicans because they had on travel fox shoes and they had the belts, the red, black, and green belts. I'm talking about, we ain't talking about the dreads, we talking about the cats that come in junior high school. When the Puerto Ricans had rubber bands on their pants. See, let me tell you something. That was something about that record, Telephone Love. Because everybody could understand what the lady was saying on Telephone Love. Before that, I mean, it wasn't like people was against it, but besides Bob Marley, a lot of people in America ain't know about reggae like that. All of this culture mash and all of that. All right, what's the slang in hip hop, right? That comes from Jamaica. Complete said I never had rubber. But you know what I'm talking about, complete. Like when you got that record, Telephone Love, then you start getting like Shabba Ranks and all of that. I mean, before that, you had a little people, Karis One, bring a little element of that. Uh uh Just Ice, just Slick Rick. Oh, let me stop. Where am I going? But over time, like I said, through hip hop, kind of becoming the conduit that everybody was dealing with, right? Then everybody, settle into that one style. You heard what Complete said right there. The Puerto Ricans at the time were torn between the Italians and the blacks. Listen, how many people have seen the movie Short Eyes? They talk about that kind of thing in that movie. Actually, that's a question. How many of y'all seen the movie Short Eyes? Short Eyes is a movie about jail. It's at some point on Rikers Island, they had like a, 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 a acting, like a drama club type of thing, right? And they put on a play. And so the play is about this colored man who gets locked up for being a child predator, right? He gets locked up for being a child predator. So of course now he's in there, and that's where they all scheming about, what we gonna do to him. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna, violate him back in the same way he violated kids. We gonna hit him. What we gonna do? You know what I'm saying? And so you got all the various characters, the different factions that's in the house right there with him. You know what I'm saying? And one of the factions is the gods. You know, they got the guy doing some shit in there where it's like, come on, son. Come on. But yeah. So what happened is, like I said, they was putting on that play on Rikers Island, and through whatever mechanisms they end up making it into a movie. Curtis Mayfield is in it. There's another a Puerto Rican dude. He be in a lot of movies. The dude with the curly hair. He's in there. But that's a side note. Just movies where, listen, I'm saying it's one of them things where it's like you watching a movie, right? And it's like, yo, whoever they got to write the guy's lines had to be one of us. Like you ain't just eavesdrop that. But I'm just saying that the same way you seen hip hop, you know, bring, like, if it wasn't for hip hop, it wouldn't be Bloods and Crips all over the country like that. Like when we first seen the people from Los Angeles rapping, there was not one Benz. They all had lowriders. As soon as you see the video, you see the cars bouncing up and down, you know who that is. But now through hip hop, when you look at a video, you cannot tell with the sound off, right? You can't tell with this person. You can't tell Dirt from Lil Baby by the clothes that they wear, or the jury. But here's the thing. You know, people from the Caribbean introduced a lot of things into hip hop. They introduced things into the culture that they probably got that from the Latin world or from the Jamaican world, right? That's where you got what you added on to it, right? But that's not where it came from. See, those are kind of two different things right there. Keep saying, I gotta watch out. Have me on here. No, 10:59. What time I came? Came on like 11. I mean like 9. I mean, at the end of the day, that's what I think it really just got to do with, right? Is that and this it's fair to say that this is emotion, right? But see what it is that you're talking about assimilation. That's at the end of the day, that's what it is. See, and Black people don't feel like we assimilated. Like, we might got friends or whatever, or you go in the bodega, so you learn a few Spanish words. But, we don't feel like we assimilated into that culture in any way, right? We didn't assimilate together. We didn't get here at the same time. So just that description of things, it's like a lot of Black people was like, yeah, nah, that's not. Now see, complete. That's the thing right there, right? That's the thing right there, right? When you say they want us to think we are different. That's the thing I don't like about the other part of the conversation. You see, once you get into that part of the conversation, right? Once it goes past, see, that's what I'm saying. Once people start talking about all of this, yeah, it's because of the cultural and they had this cultural aspect here, and they had see, we've taken it off the facts. It doesn't matter what you had over there. Like we could just say, okay, these is the facts. Sometimes the facts is what you call counterintuitive. We on face value, it wouldn't make sense, but that's the way it is. You know what I'm saying? But once we start just using those types of terms, Puerto Ricans, right? Jamaicans. See, you automatically right there, you change the whole name. See, you change it into some gang shit. See, here's the question. Here's a question, right? About assimilation, right? Now, these are two things, right? These are two things just to show you, right? And like I said, this is delicate, man. I really, but just to demonstrate my point, right? How comfortable, right, do you think Puerto Ricans would be with us going around saying spick, 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 spick? And see, when it comes to Jamaicans, right, we don't have a word for them. Like there's general, you know, words for people from the Caribbean, right? But see, we Yankee boys, right or wrong. So see that kind of, I mean, that's a little bit telling of who accepted who. Because see, all these people say nigga every day, listen, they like Jackie Brown. Nigga, 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 nigga. So I'm just saying. I'm just saying that that's because we accepted them as us. If anything, that's one of the problems they had with us, because we're telling them that they black and they saying, no, I'm not. So I'm just saying that, yeah, at the end of the day, right, we accomplish what we were supposed to accomplish by everybody coming here, right? Which is becoming one, right? But look, we really became one. We ain't got the bullshit about how it happened. We ain't got the bullshit about how it happened, because we didn't have the same tribal identity, island identity. Over here, we have a system where you become one tribe. We don't really have a caste system. We talk shit to each other, but it don't matter if you light skin or you dark skin. We taught them that. Right now, to this day, we gotta teach that to Africans. We gotta teach Afrocentrism to Africans. He said, in my sight, the lessons present the remedy original people not to be confused with nationality, language, so-called belief systems. Indeed. See, that's what I'm saying. When you put, uh, all these various titles, see, because at the end of the day, that's what makes it stupid. At the end of the day, that's what makes it stupid. That's why it's like, yeah, if I get in a conversation about it, I'm gonna say how I see it, right? But what makes it stupid, right, is like, what's the cause of the separation? You know, like say, we beefing because, it's all these houses right here, right? It's all these houses in this neighborhood. But because this street runs between my house and your house, we beefing. Now, shout out to the people you got your territories, but I'm just saying, for the rest of us that's not involved with that life, that wouldn't be a good reason to lose our freedom or our life. You see what I'm saying? So now, if at the end of the day, right, we carrying on wars. See, remember, the British ain't like the Americans. The Americans ain't like the British. See, you let your slaves do certain shit. I don't want your slaves coming around my slaves. And if they do, I'm gonna tell them some shit, I'm telling some shit about them, right? That make them know to stay the fuck away from them. See, that's at the end of the day. And then now it's like, you know, them things back in the days where you wind the toy up, and it keep going. Or remember the cars back in the days, them cars that you gotta go like that a couple times, then you put it down, it got the power and it go. See, these is day battles. They fighting back and forth on the high seas. They supporting each other's slaves. When the Haitians is doing they revolution and shit, the British is over there supporting that shit. Because they don't like each other. See, the Spanish and the British destroyed the Spanish Armada. That's how they became the king of the seas like that. So now we still like somebody wind us up and shit, and now we hundreds of years down the line, and it's because people can't talk to who they talking to. They see if you got a problem with that black person right there, you ain't got to say niggas. If you got a person, the problem with that person right there, you ain't got to say Jamaicans. Because the reality is, most black people, most Puerto Ricans, and most Jamaicans is not even concerned with this shit. It's a handful of cats get on the internet saying what they saying. You got something to say to them, say it to their face. You can see that's how it becomes this thing where we all got to be asking questions and everybody got to, you got to be in a camp. You got to be in a camp now, right? We got to have etiquette and we got to hold the line and shit. We got to hold the line like, oh shit, yo, let the Puerto Rican motherfucker do that, man. Yo, man, like that's it. You see what I'm saying? Then you start getting ridiculous. Where you only got but so much, you know how you get tired? Like whatever you're doing, right? You got but so much physical power. Like see, in the mind, right? But see the body and the brain, because it's so physical, right? You get tired. So you got X amount of energy per day, right, to accomplish some shit before it wears down, right? And you got to replenish it, right? I go to the supermarket. Right? Spend $150, right? So that I can replenish my energy, right? And then what I'm gonna spend that energy doing, what I'm gonna spend that energy doing is fighting somebody else's battle. See, that's why it's best. You know what I'm saying? That's why it's best when everything's on the square. See, that's the nature of this internet thing. Is even I'm talking into the screen. How many other people is listening? To see a person can have a problem with me, and then they building that up, and they're somewhere else on another channel talking about me. Whereas if we was face to face, right, it could just be a point of clarity. That, okay, maybe the way that you use this word is different from the way that I use this word. But that's what happens. You got people that don't know each other personally, right? Anybody you don't know personally, and you start talking about them, right? You're bound to say the wrong shit. You don't know what their respect threshold is, what you might say that they're gonna find disrespectful. You don't know their business to speak it correctly. You don't know their name to spell it right. You see, when you face to face, it's different. It's different. You see what I'm saying? When you can see if a motherfucker's eyes shine or if they dull. See, now we can see who's hyperventilating in this situation. But that's the real deal with that aspect of it. Look, there's a couple people that keep saying shit to each other. That listen, why don't y'all handle y'all business and leave the rest of us out of it? But those is my views. In terms of the 5%, look, we was here before that, before, whatever time it was founded, we was already here. So why should something break us up, right? Why should something take us to the brink of wherever? See, look, this is the reality. It was something that happened in real time, and it happened from little kids. And see, even now, the people that's analyzing it, they in their 50s and 60s. Nobody was thinking about none of that back in the days. You know what I'm saying? But just in terms of, to say, what's the 5% point of view? I mean, we got no point of view on that. You know what I'm saying? Each, individual, whatever uh, knowledge or experience that you might have that, can inform you, that can inform you on that topic or whatever. But it's like if you come and ask me, what is the 5%, what is the 5% position on what's the best cable company? We don't have no position on that. But what we can do, right, is teach you the law and order of the universe, right, and how the scales of justice work so you can go and weigh and judge that for yourself. That ain't got nothing to do with us. That ain't got nothing to do, right, with the order of the whole universe. Yes, it's something that happened in the order of the universe, but we're not caught up on those all these little things. You could, who invented couches? And then what's messed up too, man? Y'all probably don't think of it, you know what I'm saying? I'll be thinking of it because when I look at the videos, right, I make videos. So when I look at it, it's like, you can kind of, it's like you seeing kind of between the lines or something. And see what happens is when you get something that's a topic that's that contentious, right? Everybody starts doing videos for it. Like somebody say something one time, and then you get 50,000 reaction videos to it. And so it's like they saying it over and over and over. You know, but uh, everybody knows that over the years, right? I have had a a problem with you know trash TV. Like I've always because to me when I'm looking at that, that's entertainment. Like I got serious stuff that I do. Like when I'm away from the office, so yeah, I look, I watch some of that. Look, I watch, I see the stuff going on with Whack a Hundred, Remy and Pap. I watch all that stuff, but that's just, what I'm saying. Like I said, that's just my entertainment. That's not, yo, God build on that. Build on what? That's their bad out of what? But that's definitely one of those topics, right? Where you got to keep it in mind. You know, you got to keep it in mind and see once you, like I said, if you just discussing the facts, the history, the events, the people of the founding of hip hop, that's one thing. But once you get into all this Puerto Rican and black and Jamaican and all of this, you know what I'm saying? That's something else. You see what I'm saying? Where see once you get into that, right? Once you start arguing about that, right? It's lose lose. Like that's one of those situations, right, where you can make your point, right, but you can't win in that argument. See, that's what. just in terms of, people going back and people can say what they want to say. If somebody is wrong, right? If somebody is wrong, right, about where they think hip hop originated from, they can do that. Now, I do think that there's some people in the mix of this argument that you just a jackass. Like, look, we got brothers that's jackasses that just go around fucking with people. Meaning, like, look, person come from whatever other nation, they come from whatever way of life, right? Like I said, keep it in mind, G. Our universal greeting is peace. But you go in and say something about them being Christian, yeah, dumb motherfucker, you believe in fucking ghosts, whatever. See, you're a jackass. It doesn't matter if you right or wrong because, see, equality, culture. Now, if that person assumes that we're all jackasses, right? Or if he starts speaking like we all jackasses because you had that encounter with that jackass, and see, that's a part of what's going on here is that, see, you got those of us that, see, we righteous. You see what I mean? Because, see, when we get to the point when somebody say, yo, you know what, man? We all one. How come we can see it? But you see certain motherfuckers can't see it and they just keep right on with the argument. So let the jackasses be jackasses with the other jackasses. Because, see, all they really doing is using this topic to be a jackass. They see it's hard to sit down and be at peace and be a jackass. You got to find something to do. Let me go to the store and see who I see on the way that I can be a jackass towards. Sometimes that's what you got to do. Like, all right, you know what? Let me let you go ahead with your jackassery, right? Let me let you go on because, see, in this box of chocolates that is life, you're going to run into another jackass that's ready to deal with you. I don't have time. So we at that time. I gotta charge back up the the little controller here and all of that. But yeah, we got any last questions now before we wind this one down? Because I still, you know what though, I ain't even gonna get busy today. I ain't gonna get busy today like I did yesterday. I'm gonna go because I ate a little something already. Probably make a little more juice. You know, a little cool, refreshing drink. Shit, before we wind this one here down, you know, JPF for it would look, JPF falling. I got look Andre Coleman. Andre Coleman said that you don't have no knowledge. Andre Coleman said he don't have to bomb you into the Stone Age. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I don't know how you. A lot of people, a lot of people might not be a lot of people might not take too kindly to that. Don't try to stutter now, Andre Coleman. You remember you said you was gonna bomb him because he lacks understanding. Remember you said that? Bill G. JPF falling. See how y'all see how I finessed that? Andre Coleman is my security. Andre Coleman is my security. You see JPF falling. Hold on, wait a minute. That's what we got from JPF falling. Is as soon as we let them know that Big Dre over here got my back. So yeah, now that we dealt with that, we got any we got any last questions we want to cover? You know, is this week the temperature is supposed to be really cold outside. JPF falling. See how you go? Now today I'm your brother. You know, maybe I should try an experiment. Because I don't experiment. I already know how explosives do. No need for me to experiment. But I was just thinking, what if I try to just be nice to these people for a whole day? Like, if I just spend a whole day, right, where everybody say peace to me, right? Everybody say peace to me, I don't ask them what degrees they know. I don't ask them how they see the day's mathematics or the day's degree. And how about look, we have a rap cipher. You know, we have a rap cipher. If I just spend a whole day, I mean, I'm just wondering, like I'm saying, would it change, right? Would might reduce some of the negative, some of the hate. See, me, I don't see the logic, right? To me, I don't see the pattern of thought there, right? Justice, what's the deal? Is that you know, you want to like a person because this is what I'm saying. It's a lot of 5%, right? And I don't see other 5% going through some stuff I go through, right? And so it's like uh, uh, a lot of these people, right? It's like they value knowing me, you know what I'm saying, or whatever. You see what I'm saying? Uh, because you know somehow they must look at it as elevated, you know what I'm saying, or whatever, right? There's something elite about that group. right? There's something elite about that group, right? You know, there's something elite about building with that person, right? But then you want people to uh, remove all the standards, remove all the standards that cause it to be elite. It's like if you want to play in the NBA, right? But because you can't dunk it, you want them to put the rim down to 8 feet. See now, who the fuck wants to see that? This is not an elite league. Nobody's watching now. You destroyed the game because you wanted to play, and you can't play. Shit, that's what I be saying. You know, people be like, "Yo, so what if people don't this or if they don't that? You know, y'all be in a certain kind of way and all this. Like, what are you talking about? We're being what it is. See, in order for something to be right, in order for something to be what it is, right, that means that there's things that it is not. Or maybe in order is not the right term, right? But uh, the fact that something is what it is, if it's a pencil, when you conceive of that idea or you see the pencil, it eliminates all the other ideas. Or you might just see the outline of it, right? When you see the outline of the pencil, right, you don't know what it is. It could be a screwdriver. It could be, but we know it's not an elephant. And see, that's what a lot of people, they don't like that they're elephants. You said apparently Andre Coleman didn't say what you said he said. Was those remarks your sentiment? Andre be capping. See, y'all, you see, I see what's happening here. You think you slick. Yeah, I see how these guys, they think I don't see right through them. They think I don't see right through them. Magic Card Chemist. Welcome to the channel. But now I'm starting to see what y'all do. Uh, Andre Coleman and JPF Fallen. See, they wait, right? They wait until it gets to the point in the live stream, right, where it's about to be over. And that's when they come in, they come in and then cause me to be on here another 2 hours. But I see, fool me once. You said I'm trying to cause separation. I ain't causing separation. Seventh degree in your lessons. All right, now see, look. Here's the problem with that. Is that just yesterday, you said those was Muslim lessons and you didn't want nothing to do with them. You said even if he did say that, I don't know what I'm talking about. Is that supposed to make me upset or nothing? I mean, you could show and prove. You know what I mean? If everybody's ready to bomb, let's just call it D-Day. Let's just call it D-Day and let it be bombs away. See, that's one thing you gotta let them tell you something, man. Look, if you talking about building, somebody said the other day to me, like, yo, man, why this person is saying that? Like, what are you talking about? When they see each other, it's time to build. So now Andre Coleman said he know 120. I'm just saying you switched up from yesterday, Andre Coleman. You switched up from yesterday. Hey, look, JP fallen. You see what I say about Andre Coleman be capping? Did I just tell you? Did I just tell you that Andre Coleman be capping? Yes, you did. You said those is Muslim lessons, that those is not our lessons, that Allah didn't give them to us. I mean, this is on audio and videotape, you know. just, this, this on audio and videotape. Like, look, hold up. Full disclosure, everyone. Full disclosure, everyone. This is being broadcast live to YouTube. This is broadcasting live to YouTube, and then it's saved where anybody can look at it. Anybody can look at it, unless I had to go out of my way to take it down. Well, see, actually, FDJ Beats, that's really what this time is right now. That's really what this time is right now. This is the time, right, to ask the last questions. See, I get see. Look. It's my fault, but y'all don't understand. And see, look, I don't. You know, the various other little things that people might do for fun or whatever. I don't do that. Like amusement. So there's stuff like this. But yeah, Andre Coleman, what I advise you to do is go back and look at the live stream from yesterday. Remember yesterday when you quoted the enlightener, but you didn't know it was the enlightener? No, you don't recall? But yeah, FDJ Beats. What's the it's not gonna be credit with them. FDJ Beats. Like, Andre Andre Coleman, when's your birthday? When's your birthday, Andre Coleman? I got I got I think I can help you out. I don't know why you wouldn't be secretive because we was gonna what I was gonna do, right? What I was gonna do is take up a collection right now. What I was going to tell, what I was going to do is, give out a cue, right, to all the brothers in the 1.1 sister, to all of the brothers in the 1.1 sister that watches the channel, right? I was going to say, look, everybody hit the cash app, right? Hit the cash app, and for Andre Coleman's birthday, we're going to buy the red and white copy of 120 off of Amazon. We're going to buy that and send that to his email. Send the link to his email. And you know what to do. Now at the school, we know our lessons. See, that's what I'm saying. See, you can't see. You see what happens when you try to. This is what you people do. You try to help you people. This is how you respond to help. But you want us to believe that it's the white man holding you back. It's the devil. What does it mean to be right and exact as a 5%? And what does it mean in the lesson by referring to there is no mystery God? Uh, well, when you say right and exact as a 5%, right? You mean what does it mean when a 5% is right and exact? Or see, well, right and exact, right? Uh, see, let's say you're cooking food, right? Turning the fire on is right. But if it's not exact, you're not going to accomplish your goal. You're not gonna you're not going to produce a meal that's nutritious and edible. That's the difference between right and exact. If you go down, right, if your child goes to a particular school, right, you can't just go down there and pick up any child and bring them back to your wife. And say, nah, we got a boy in the first grade, right? Yeah, I got this boy from by the first grade. So see, that's why you got to be right and exact. What was the other? Two part of it. So what does it mean in the lessons by referring to there is no mystery God? Do you know that lesson? Maybe you because uh, that seems fairly self-explanatory. Uh, but I mean, at the end of the day, it's saying that there's nothing, we got various instruments to detect reality around us, right? We got the five senses and we also have our minds, right? But none of that's mysterious, right? We know how all of that works, you know what I'm saying? And we know how to put that into activation, you know what I'm saying? There's no outside forces that we don't know about that's having an impact on everything that we do know about. But I mean, that one is kind of, that's kind of day one of meeting a 5%. They tell you that there's no mystery God. So I'm not sure about that question, but let me know if that was the answer you needed. See, GD, we not going into the details like that, GD. Don't GD, you wouldn't go into the details about the 136, man. We not. See, Andre Coleman, you're gonna turn this into a reaction channel. You're gonna make me go back. You're gonna make me go back and parts, clip the parts with you saying that 120 lessons don't apply to us. He said, I started it. Said, I want to get into the details of the not so obvious differences in the NOIs lessons and the large 5% lessons. You said it's a tool and Elijah didn't tell no lies. Now you said it's Muslim lessons and Allah didn't give us that. He said, if I ignored him, what do I think would transpire afterwards? Um, see, I think uh, see, it's not me, it's y'all. See, uh, I think a lot of these people, right? You know, somebody like Andre Coleman, right? Uh, you know, I think he's been, you know, in the background for a while. And see, when he see, you know, everybody on the live stream and everything, and I'm interacting with them, right? You know, he'd be like, yo, that's what we doing. You know what I mean? Like, jump in like double dutch, you know what I'm saying? You know, that's what we all doing. We all, you know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. Like some like I'm gonna tell you something. And this is something that I noticed from the class, right? Just in general, is that people they got history, right, with you know being hospitalized over mental health, right? Or, you know, having to, it's like this kind of seems like therapy. You know, like that's a format that they used to where, you know, you come in, you know, you express yourself, you know, and you know, in that type of place, you know, when you express yourself, everybody's a winner. But see, you come on here, right? You come on here, and what happens? We ask you to show and prove. I mean, I'm not trying to master you. You know, you know, I can just tell you, I'm not that kind of doctor. I'm not that kind of doctor. Like, I don't know if you know, because back in the days, you had brothers say that. You know, you had brothers say, yo, I got a PhD, right? And you have brothers that was named PhD. It was brothers' names that was PhD. So I'm not a doctor at all. I am the chief examiner. I will have you know, Andre Coleman. I took postgraduate at the University of 5%. Oh yeah, JPF Fallen, who started out doing 40 push-ups a clip. Who started out doing 40 push-ups a clip, but he's still working on doing 300 a day. I told you, JPF Fallen, we don't want you to work out because we wouldn't like you if you're angry. We wouldn't like you if you get angry. Am I too cool for school? Pretty much. pretty pretty much, man. FDJ Beach, you hit it on the head. You know, and back in the days, we used to have a little bit simplified way of saying what you just said, that you get out of this knowledge what you put into it. She said, really, all I do is chin ups, man. You talking about, man? I hit the core, man. Power Wisdom got abs, man. Why would you say that, man? Do my dips, man, my squats, you know. Right now, you know, it's been a while, but you know, I'm working back on my one leg squats, man. And you're gonna say, you gonna say that all I do is chin ups. He said I asked for it. So wait a minute. Are you bombing me right now? Wait a minute. Are you bombing me right now? Is this bombing? Bombing myself? All right, look, after that last statement right there, Andre Coleman, put pause. Look, somebody put pause in the comment box for me. Somebody put pause in the comment box after that last statement from Andre Coleman. Appreciate that, Julia TV. Appreciate that. But look, see, look, here's the thing. Here's the thing, Andre Coleman. Here's the thing, Andre Coleman. Even the devil gets a chance to clean himself up. So over the past 2 days, I've done what I could. I've done what I could to help you out. But look, we're gonna play a little sad song. We play a little sad song for you. About so you can mellow out, play a little sad song for you so you can mellow out, right? And think about whatever it is here. Think about whatever it is here, whatever is the real foundation of where this stuff is coming from. See what I gotta get? I gotta get a song with the violin so I could play the. I gotta play the tiny violin. Seems looks like that. Give you a little second to reflect right there. So look, sometimes you gotta recognize that too. We don't want to Andre Coleman is clearly coming to the limits. He's clearly coming to the limits of his emotional stability right now. You know what I'm saying? And you know how things go these days. You know how things go these days when people go over the top. So, you know, we're not going to wait. We're not going to wait for him to go over the top. You know what I'm saying? We're going to go ahead. We're going to go ahead, throw some sounds on to go off with. We're gonna throw some sounds on to go off with. And you know, I'm gonna when we come back, look, JP, see, you almost got me caught up there. Not you, JP. I got some other stuff for you. But Andre Coleman, you know, when we come back, right, you're gonna have your own role, right? I got the machine here where you press the buttons, right? I'm gonna have a whole row that's just for you. In the meantime, you know, let's get back to business as usual. And let's throw on, let's go out how we went out yesterday. So everybody do the each one, teach one, hit the like button. If you're new to the channel, subscribe. Mag, I'm gonna hit you in about 2 minutes. Signing off, saying peace. Fucking up a hot street, there's nothing like the block sweet. Pour a shot for my street nigga. Sharp can't forget. Some my nigga. Crisis when we